This episode of The Mimic's Vale is sponsored by Taste Invader Tea. Treat yourself to 15% off an order of daring and delicious tea at tasteinvader.co.uk using code TMV. In the Vale this week, we've got a lot of little games to talk to you about, including Bad Cheese, Fresh Tracks, Shovel Knight, Expedition 33, Kill the Brickman, Time Flies, Is This Seat Taken, and Roger, no, that isn't the last one, and firstly, Sword of the Sea.
Sword of the Sea then is exactly what I thought it would be. It's like Journey-esque. So it's from the same makers as Journey and The Pathless and Abzu. Well, it's the same artist as Journey, right? I think they split off the actual development team. But So yeah, Giant Squid made Abzu and The Pathless, and this just feels like, it's taken all those learnings from those games and just made another little gorgeous 2.5-3 hour experience that is frictionless and beautiful and just like art in video game form. And I loved my time with it. Like, it's one of those something about like a one sitting game that just hits different to like a much longer game and having to keep coming back to it. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this. But I know that someone else at this table is not such a big fan. So let's discuss.
I don't know what you mean. You're referring to me?
Yeah.
By any chance?
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked this game. But I very much feel like we're getting to a stage with these games, like, oh, it's beautiful. Like, yeah, it's beautiful, but it's fucking boring. Like, they just get a pass now for making a game beautiful without actually making it enjoyable to an extent. And like, yeah, it was good. The music's good. It looks lovely. You've put this like sword board, whatever, really, hover sword or whatever you want to call it in it. But like, yeah, like, oh, you can do these tricks and stuff, and then you're like, okay, and I'm like, why am I going to bother? What's the benefit to me doing these tricks? Like, is it going to give me a wee speed boost or anything? Nah, not really. Oh, you can go and do this little special bit over here where you can do like a 30-second thing to get a score. I'm like, well, why bother add that in there? Because it doesn't really fit with the rest of the game. And then you're like, oh, here's all these puzzles to go into. It's going to be the same puzzle 10 times over, and you can just then see that the whole world changes. And like, oh, the world is the same, but like this one's in ice and this one's in sand, but it's all going to look the same in a minute. And you're like, and that sounds like I'm really being negative about it, right? But I'm just like, I feel like giving this game like a 8.5, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for some people is just bullshit, because we're at a stage where you're just like, oh, I'm just going to do that again, which basically this is probably the most closest to Journey of a game they've done from the other games. It's probably closest back to that Journey formula. Yeah. And as I say, no way a bad game, it is a good game, but it feels almost like a lazy game. They've just kind of done the same thing over again. Like,
how much?
I don't know. I might be being harsh, but
how much of this is like fantasy critic sour grapes?
None. I'm quite happy for you getting it in Fantasy Critic, but I'm
so happy for you. I
will be genuinely happy when it comes along and Lumines gets like a 95 or something, or like, because I love that game. But I was playing this and I enjoyed it. But I'm just a bit like, it's kind of, as you said it, Ben. It's exactly what you expected it to be.
And I think that is a fair criticism. It's not like they've come out and gone, right, we're going to do a first-person shooter set in space. Like they've made another one of these games. But I think there's a lot of fun in the traversal of it. Like, I think that is, I equate it to something like Spider-Man, where you're swinging through Manhattan, but you're doing tricks in midair for no real reason. It's just, it feels nice to do. Yeah, but doesn't really mean anything. You don't need to do it, but it just feels cool. And I do think this is fun to play and fun to control. And I would say it leans more into fun than Journey. It doesn't have the emotional resonance of a Journey, but it does like, okay, well, look, here's a little half pipe and you can do some tricks and you can get a high score. And like, it's more video gamey than any of their previous games, I would say. So I get what you mean, but I do think there's more to it than it's just pretty and it sounds nice. Like, I do think they have put only a little bit more, but a bit more gameplay into it. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I don't agree entirely with you, I would say, on that front.
No.
Would you? So I was under the impression I had never played any of these Giant Squid games, but I've played the Pathless, which I played on with my Backbone on my phone a couple of years ago. Yes. I had to go through some serious surgery to get a mounted screen that I could flip up from my back.
Such a
bring it forward.
Yeah.
I know.
And what did you think of that, though?
I'm part cyborg. Oh, I never finished it. I just thought it was. I think I lean more towards Alex because I've never played any of the other games, but on the basis of that and what I'm seeing from this and from Journey, because I've obviously seen gameplay of it, they do just look a bit samey. I don't think it's one for me. It's in terms of you saying it's a couple hours long, 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, it took me 2.5 hours. You can take longer because there's
$24.99.
Yeah, but it's a premium product.
It seems pricey.
I don't know.
Premium product.
Yeah. I don't feel like it's overpriced, and it's on PS Plus. Like, you know, it's it feels at home on PS Plus, I would say. I think there's a fair way to put it. Yeah. So you've never played Journey, Lewis?
No.
Oh, it's so good. It's so lovely. It's
just walking in the sand, is it not?
It's the whole
journeying through it. Yeah,
it's the whole experience of it. Like I do think like this, playing Sword of the Sea, headphones on, one sitting, is just like, it's like watching a beautiful art house movie that just, not that I've ever done that, but like just, you know, it's just, I would imagine that's what it's like. You know, you're just enjoying art for a couple of hours and you're controlling it, and it's, I just think it's lovely, and I don't care that it's not pushing any boundaries.
What did you do last night? I enjoyed some art.
It's a posh game for posh gamers.
Yes.
I think it's, I would like to see them sort of stretch their wings a little bit. Hopefully they get to make something, because I know they were in some sort of financial peril during the development of this, weren't they? And that was a struggle.
PlayStation had to kind of pull them through, I think.
Yeah. Good old PlayStation. But
does that mean it's not an indie game?
It's an indie developer. So, you know, make of that what you will.
With PlayStation money.
The lines are blurred, aren't they? I think we should do. I did write this down in the week. Actually, we should do an episode on defining exactly what an indie is. Like this is, so from now on we know this is an indie. This isn't an indie. These are the parameters. But yeah,
that's a good idea.
This does tread the line, I think, doesn't it? But even in terms of like taking the who published it, who funded it stuff aside, it looks so premium. Like I played it all on the Portal, and it was just lovely, and the haptics are great, and it just feels like a premium. I think £25 is a good and fair asking price for it. Yeah,
I think the haptics are lovely, but I think to your point in asking price, I think if I had bought this and played it, I'd have been disappointed.
I mean, you played it for free and you're disappointed, so that makes sense.
Well, that's true, but you kind of get what I mean. Like, when you see like Silksong is coming out at $20 or 18 quid, and you're paying more for this.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair though. Like, I mean, the original Hollow Knight.
They need to charge
The
more.
original Hollow Knight was what, £10-15, something ridiculous like that. And then you could just say, well, Metroid Dread was 50. How does that work? Like, it's not as good as Hollow Knight.
Well, it doesn't, because that was pishly.
But we should obviously, elephant in the room is the day that this releases is the day of Silksong release, isn't it? So obviously we haven't had time to play it yet. But next week, I suspect it will be a Lewis gush fest.
Oh,
I'm taking next week off.
will not be able to shut me up.
Yeah,
Just be an hour of me screaming.
and doing all the I'm looking forward to hearing all the little voices of all the NPCs and stuff. That's going to be the exciting bit.
I'd say that to. I think I was kind of chatting to Mark. I think he sent me. It was when the trailer dropped, and I was just kind of. I mentioned the voices of like just to be sort of, all that sort of stuff. Just
It's lovely.
so good.
Being in that world again.
Look forward to it.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. But no, Lewis, I think you should play this as well. Like,
Yeah.
as a little easy sort of. I know you don't literally look for easy stuff, but you know, if you get a little bit burned out on Silksong, just take a couple of hours to enjoy some art.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty. You say it's on PS Plus, yeah?
It is indeed, yes. In the catalogue.
There's nothing, and in the is that the PS Plus catalogue? Yeah, I mean there's nothing holding me back from doing it. It's these kind of games that I would never necessarily opt to play. I think on the basis of having tried the Pathless and it just feeling a bit not like walking simmy, but there wasn't much purpose to actually playing it, you know.
Yeah. I think the Pathless is one that I own physically and yet still haven't played. But yeah, I bought it like right in the early days of the PS5. It was one that I really quite fancied and then still haven't got around to playing it. But I mean, if that was your kind of argument with this, then I don't know how much this would change your mind. Yeah,
it looks quite similar. I think this looks similar to the Pathless in terms of just how. Was that not like how it plays or how it looks like it plays? Reminds me of how the Pathless was. But yeah, I mean, nothing holding me back. It's just maybe a good point to say that if Silksong does actually get burnt out on it, it's maybe an easy one to try.
Yeah.
A
nice wee bit in between.
And I actually, playing this did make me want to play the Pathless because that's the only one of theirs that I haven't played yet. And again, I do own it physically. But I looked at the how long to beat and it was like 6 hours. And I did think
a longer one, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, like for a game like this, it's a bit like, oof. I don't know if 2 or 3, fine. But 6 hours of looking at art? I don't know. I don't know if I can manage that.
The gallery.
Yeah. But no, I think, it's an easy recommend from me and obviously not so much from Alex.
I still enjoyed it. Like, I genuinely still enjoyed it. I just think it's incredibly overrated.
Like I said before there, my favourite version of Alex is when you really pick at every single thing and come on about it.
I was really... Cause Alex and I were talking in the week because it became apparent that he didn't agree with me on this. I was like, this is good. We need more of this. We always agree on stuff. So, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of conflict, a bit of drama. But yeah, I will. Yeah, I've even thought about replaying it before this, like because Laurie messaged me to say, "Oh, how good does the Pathless look on that big OLED TV?" And I was like, "I don't know. I played it all handheld. No idea." He was like, "Oh, you have to." So maybe I will. Just to
The Pathless.
No, not the Pathless. Sorry, Sword of the Sea. So we were talking about both. I think the Pathless looks good as well, though.
Yeah, it did look nice in the big OLED. I will give it its props for how nice it looked.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, well, I think that's probably enough on Sword of the Sea. Anyone got anything else that they've been playing of late as we wait for Silksong to drop?
I mean, I could segue into another game that involves some form of skiing.
Okay.
And just very quickly, because this one it's not a game that maybe many people have heard of, but it has reviewed quite well for the ones that have played it. It's called Fresh Tracks. And this is basically a first-person skiing simulator, but it's based on the name Tracks. It's a rhythm game, so you're basically skiing along these tracks, and you need to jump from like side to side, or duck, or jump, or move around, or sway to the beats of the music, and you've got these different things to collect. And it's a roguelite though, so you're trying to get through the whole album of songs essentially without dying.
Right.
But you're then unlocking the tracks the further you get, and then as you unlock the tracks, you can practice them in a practice mode to understand more what you need to do. You can pick different difficulties on the tracks depending on what like collectibles you need to get to then go and upgrade them. And it's very much fun. I think my only criticism of this game is it should be a VR game.
I was going to ask if it was a VR game.
It's not a VR game, and it should be a VR game.
It looks like in a similar vein to like Pistol Whip, just you're on rails, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So
yeah, it really would suit it.
It would absolutely suit VR, but if you like a rhythm game, I would recommend Fresh Tracks, because it's something a wee bit different to that rhythm game genre. A wee bit of narrative to it. It's all kind of, I think it's like Norwegian or something like that. It's certainly Scandinavian. It's got Scandinavian feel to it. And yeah, it's good. So, it's a rhythm game at its heart, but a roguelike rhythm game, and not really too much else you can say about it. Looks nice, plays nice, music's good. And be a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is. If you hadn't have said it's not a VR game, it looks like it's made for VR. It's weird.
Yeah.
They haven't. I don't know. Maybe it's just not profitable enough. But yeah.
But I think rhythm and VR kind of go hand in hand. I don't know the last time I played a rhythm game that wasn't VR. If I think about like Beat Saber or Pistol Whip, those kind of games, I can't tell you. Sayonara Wild Hearts I played for a bit, but nothing massive, not for a long time.
Cadence of Hyrule, did you play that?
No, I didn't like the first one, Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Okay, fair enough.
I found it too awkward. I couldn't get the timing right. That's on me.
Hey.
What's on me?
Do you know what? It just reminded me. Speaking of getting the timing right, have you still been plugging away at Expedition 33? Because you ditched the Steam Deck version, right?
I have. I dropped it like a hot potato. Yeah, because it wasn't. It didn't. I don't know what I was expecting from the Steam version. I was expecting the same experience as what it was on console. And when I was playing it, I was always just questioning, like, am I looking at this like I'm expecting it to look amazing because I've been told how good it looks? And like that's not normally how I would play games. I pride myself on not caring how things look. But I think the amount of times I'd heard folk mention how nice it was, and I was like, oh god, it looks like someone's fucking poked me in the eye and I'm playing this, you know? Like, it just was always just there. So okay, I did drop it. And then Eamon sent me the PS5 version, so I have picked it back up, but we are very close to, as you mentioned before, Silksong dropping. So it's again, I don't want to get too far into it, because I know when, like on Thursday, today, the day this releases, everything's getting dropped for Silksong. So I've more or less got up to where I was on the Steam Deck version. And like the first thing I did notice, there is a massive difference graphically, obviously, between the two. The big thing for me back, I don't know, you might remember when I was talking about it before, when you'd go into a cave, it'd be like a really oversaturated like green, and when you got back out into the sunshine, it was like a snap to like full brightness, and it was just so off-putting. It really took it out at the moment. And so that was the first thing, like when you get to the continent, the first cave I went into, I was like, right, this is where I first noticed that. And I walked through the cave, I was like, oh, it's not doing what I'm expecting it to do. Like, it's not going green or whatever. It's good. And then I got to the end, and it was like a normal transition back into daylight. I was like, excellent, because that was. But you know, now like I was like preempting something happening, so like obviously taking myself out of the experience. But it does suit console far better than handheld, or like on a Steam Deck. Yeah, so it's something I will be picking back up again post completion of Silksong. So I'll give an update then. But yeah, it's still a really good game. Like I love the story that I've experienced so far. I think the character's really good. The gameplay, the battle mechanics are cool. Nice music, all the stuff, all that good stuff. But yeah, I've not gone any further than what I had before.
Yeah. But yeah, just in general, a much nicer experience. Have you seen the?
Yeah,
I know you said Eamon sent you his copy, which is kind. That's nice. But they released, I think it's only in Amazon US, that some like new special edition version of it, which looks gorgeous. So I might grab that at some point if it's possible. Hopefully it comes to this country.
You'd hope that they would bring it to this country as well, to be fair. Usually they'll specifically tell you when it's like a one person, like a one region exclusive or something like that. So I'd be surprised, particularly when it's somewhere like Amazon, that it doesn't then start releasing internationally. It might just take a wee bit of time to get it releasing elsewhere.
Yeah.
But
but no, hopefully Lewis does go back once he gets out of his Silksong honeymoon phase. It'd be good to.
Apologies. I know we're all sat around the same table, but for some reason I went totally deaf there.
Oh,
I didn't hear what you said at the start.
No.
Yeah, I just I've selective hearing.
Not much you missed, to be honest.
Cool.
But Alex, one thing I think we both played this a couple of weeks ago now, and we haven't really spoken about it here because it's a game where it's quite difficult to talk about because you want people to go in completely blind. But that is And Roger. Do you know anything about this game at all, Lewis?
No.
Good. Keep it that way and play it.
yeah,
That is all I'll say.
and we're not going to say much else about it other than this is a game for impact.
Yeah.
Like if you get this is like a Game Awards game for impact. Like if this does not get nominated for that category, like it's an injustice.
Yeah.
Just so well designed, so well thought out,
Yeah.
so impactful. To use that word again, but
No, it is.
yeah, it just take it right from the beginning. It just throws you off, and it does it all the way through, and does it superbly. Like it, yeah.
I think we can set the scene because it does say that in its Steam description, doesn't it? Something along the lines of like, you're playing as a little girl and you wake up, you go into the lounge expecting to see your dad, but there's a strange man there instead, basically. And that's like the start of the story. And again, it's a really short one. Gameplay wise, it's probably closest to something like Florence, if you guys have played that. Even sort of presentation wise,
It
similar.
looks like it.
Yeah, but don't look at it. Don't look at anything.
I've closed the page.
Don't even listen to this. Go back and delete this from your memory. This is the bit you should have gone deaf for. But it's such a massive recommendation. I know I said it in Discord a few weeks ago, but like, it is one where you just have to play it. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it, about an hour long? Something like that?
Yeah, no, it's certainly no longer than 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it's right in that, and I'm sure it's only like what, £4 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's really cheap.
Is it on anything other than Steam? I can't remember what.
Yeah, I played it on the Switch.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, it's a special one for this medium we love so much. It is lovely. I feel like we've got loads of little ones to dip into today. Little odds and sods.
Is Android is it on the in the family library?
It is. Yep. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Give Now that you can squeeze in before you even start Silksong.
Oh, easy.
Could he also squeeze in Time Flies, Alex?
Yeah, probably. Time Flies it's another really quite short game, and basically you would look at this game and absolutely wonder what it is, but it's almost like if you think of like Untitled Goose Game and it gave you like that quest of tasks to go and do. You basically are a fly, and your life consists of a number of seconds based on which country you come from, and these stats are based on like the average life expectancy of countries. So say the average life expectancy for us is 75 years, then your average life expectancy for a fly from the UK is 75 seconds. And you basically have a task list that you need to go through, and it's all just black and white and very kind of almost, I don't know if it is hand-drawn, but it looks hand-drawn. And you have to go and complete all these tasks before basically the fly dies. And usually one of the tasks is the fly dying, and you just want it to die in a specific way. It's still going to die, and then you've got 4 of these bucket lists to work through. So once you get the first one, and it's basically just a puzzle solving of what the tasks are, because they're all a wee bit like named almost pun-like or something. It's just kind of working out what the task is in the first place, and then working out how you can complete that task within the time. So it's like things like you can go and manipulate a clock so that you can push it backwards to give you extra time, and it's all about like doing things in the right order. Or there's maybe like a glass and you can go and push this glass over to let a fly out, or it's all these different wee things that a fly can do. Or there's something like a bit of wine lying down and you can go and sit in this like dot of wine, and that gets your fly drunk, and the screen lens starts going mental. And so it's just a really silly little game, but actually it's very well done. And we probably, once you kind of get the hang of it, it's maybe a couple of hours games or something. I played this in PS5s. I think I got a platinum on it, which is a nice wee, relatively easy platinum.
That's cool.
Certain things that you need to do that don't necessarily link into the bucket list tasks. There's some other things that you just want to kind of complete, but yeah, it's good, and it's quite funny at times, and it's like even the things like you're trying to work out which countries have got the longest life expectancy so you can go in and get the maximum time you've got with your fly. So it's like kind of going through all the different ones, and it tells you your life expectancy and stuff. Yeah, cool. Another cool game.
Yeah, it does sound cool.
It looks cool.
Similar to like, you know how we were sort of gushing about Ooh, like how it's just one concept, little games, not trying to change the world. It's just doing one thing really well. It sounds a little bit like Minute as well. I've never actually played it, but that whole thing was like it was a Zelda-like, but you only lived for a minute, right? You had to do everything in that short space of time. Yeah, that's very cool. Like the sound of that.
Cool.
You know, one thing that flies really love?
Sugar.
Yep. They do.
What else?
Anything else? What of the games that we are talking about would a fly like, do you think? Of the remaining games to discuss. If you were a fly, what would you be attracted to?
Shit.
Alex has already slagged off Sword of the Sea. So
the flies would like Sword of the Sea, yeah.
No, that's right. Bad cheese.
Yes.
Lewis,
okay. Bad cheese.
Tell us about bad cheese.
So, bad cheese. I just played the demo, and it's a very, very short demo, but I seem to recall seeing this game last year at some presentation. It's a really narrow window because of all the presentations I've watched. I think there's maybe 7. But it is, I think a couple of years ago, the license for Mickey Mouse went up so that anyone could use the likeness of Mickey and Chums for their game. So Bad Cheese is you play as Mickey like in a first person view. It's like like that Cuphead like rubber band 1920s style
hose
animation. What's it called?
Rubber hose, I think is what it's called.
Rubber hose.
I wasn't just shouting out hose for no reason. Rubber hose. Carry on.
Yeah, and it's you just I think you're like a child. At least in the demo, you're the child, and you have to go and try and get your dad, who's this big hulking beast who's downstairs. We're going to try and get him pills, but it's really dark, really dingy. Like, really difficult to see what's going on. But that's all in I guess how it's meant to be. I assume it's meant to be or similar to Five Nights at Freddy's. I've never played any of those games. The only reason I did play this, I think it releases today. When the day that we are in the pub.
Yes, this day.
Like right now.
Yeah.
This day. In a few hours time, at time of someone recording this conversation that we're having, a private conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you kind of go around. You got to find your dad pills. He's like a really big creepy guy, but you can go onto the look at the wall, and on the wall there's like a picture of like the Steamboat Willie style Mickey Mouse, but it's like the character that you are, who is still Mickey Mouse, but like a really kind of like fat child version of Mickey Mouse. Yeah, and you got to mop up some mess, get your dad more pills, and then like if there's a bit where you're like you got to find pills within 10 seconds, or your dad will punish you, and it's really kind of grotesque stills. So if you think about like, I would automatically think of Ren and Stimpy, but others might go to like. What's it called? SpongeBob SquarePants, where you get some images within those types of cartoons where it's like a static background, but like maybe the mouths and the eyes will move.
Yeah.
There's bits like that where it's like a really grotesque, almost painted image of like the thing that's your dad or the thing that's your mum saying that they're going to punish you. And it's really cool, to be honest with you. I quite enjoyed the 15 minutes demo, like at no time at all to play through. But interestingly, you've got to you'll get asked for something. He's like, I want it in 10 seconds, but you have to find a secret door, and you're like, well, how am I going to find? I don't know what I'm doing. But it's a pretty quick restart to when you are, air quotes, punished by your parents for being too slow.
What? So did you? Did you face any punishment? What was the punishment?
The punishment was, so again, it was like that, like that still.
Okay, so it's like
image.
Just a
yeah,
picture.
but then it was like it came up with like a almost like a dog collar type thing,
right.
And then like what I can only describe as like a whipping sound.
Right. Jesus Christ.
And then then you hear a nice voice saying, "Come back, hero," or something like that, something along those lines, and then you're back in the room again.
Jesus. Sounds harrowing.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe similar to Five Nights at Freddy's, maybe some Resident Evil style, that kind of game, first person. And you're like, it's like two hands, like these little chubby baby hands that are like sticking out in front of you as you're walking along, interacting with objects, and then you get like a mop, and there's a big mop in your hand, and you go blip, 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 and you clean up mess, all that kind of stuff.
Sounds cool. Cool. Any idea when the full game is out? Oh, today, like right now.
Today?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Bad cheese.
Bad cheese.
Nice. What's your favourite?
Doesn't sound good for your tummy.
No. What's your favourite cheese, everyone?
Oh, I'm a blue cheese guy.
Yeah. Any particular kind?
As in, just
any blue
one from the shop.
Yeah, nice.
I quite like a baked camembert.
Oh,
do you?
Yeah.
I think I like cheese in all forms, but a brie, I could eat like the size of my head in brie.
Really?
Yeah. God, I love
I've stopped eating cheese, and it's quite difficult.
Oof, yeah, that is tricky.
I also think I'm a little bit like dairy intolerant, so when I eat cheese, I've eaten cheese. So I really should stop eating it, but I enjoy it too much.
If you had to pick, when you went out for a dessert, like a cheesecake, there you go, cheesecake, or like a some sort of pudding, or a cheese board, what would you go for? You have to pick. You can't have both. That's
I'd
greedy.
never pick the cheese board.
I would pick the cheese board, but then I always fancy something sweet after a meal. So that is the conundrum, isn't it? What about you?
Yes, I would pick a cheese board.
Yeah.
I'd go for cheese board, and then in the hope that my wife would get the dessert, so I could,
Have the rest of it.
look over there, and then just take a massive shovel full of her dessert.
Speaking of shovels, Lewis,
Oh, man.
I'm just doing out the garden at the moment. No, I have been playing as we were in this sort of
Building foundation for your new bench.
as we are in this Hollow Knight holding pattern.
Yep.
I have decided to play another night game, Shovel Knight. I played that start to finish. It's about 6 hours, shorter than I thought it would be, which was good. I didn't love it, to be honest with you.
That's the first time you played it?
Yeah. I have started it before, because my first save, I was like an hour and a half into it. And then I started a fresh save this time around. And it's cool. Like, I can probably see when it came out, it would have been, wow, this is just like a retro game, but it plays like with modern conveniences and stuff. I liked it a lot, but I don't love it. Like, it feels like an 8 out of 10, which is still obviously really good. But I know people gush about it.
They do.
But yeah, it was a bit like, I love the presentation of it, all the pixel art and the music, all the music and the chiptune kind of stuff is cool. The writing is funny as well. It's just, there's just a couple of bits that are like, oh, well, how would I have known that was there and I died and now I need to go back to the checkpoint sort of thing. And it was a bit like, and the whole like having to go back and collect some of the money that you dropped, that sort of stuff. It just feels a bit out of place in a game like this. Like, I get that soulsy thing, but it was just a bit like, I could have done without that, It's a bit stingy.
I've not finished it, but I've played it. Like, I played it a few years ago now. I think I got like the collection on the Switch that's got like, a few of the games.
Treasure trove, isn't it?
Yes, but like I can't remember that stuff, like going pick up money. But like, I never stuck with it. I think I'm kind of the same with you. You've obviously persevered with it, but I played for a couple of hours and was like, it seems like a big deal over.
Yeah,
not a lot.
There's a couple of little gameplay wrinkles and stuff that I haven't seen in a 2D platformer before, but like it's just nothing like. Just feels like a really solid platformer. And again, out of context, maybe if I'd played it when it originally came out, as I said, might have been different, but just like, it's cool, but it's nothing, I'm not going to, like, I recommend everyone should play And Roger. I recommend everyone try Sword of the Sea. If you've never played Shovel Knight before, I'm like, I don't really think you're missing out on much, to be brutally honest. What about you, Alex?
I don't know if I've ever played it. Do you know Shovel Knight? I've played recently. Is it Treasure Trove? Is that
Treasure Trove is a collection with all the DLC, but I know Dig came out.
Maybe I've started playing it recently. Then
Right.
I've played Pocket Dungeon, and I liked Pocket
That's
Dungeon.
good. Yeah,
because Pocket Dungeon is very different, obviously. But yeah, it's not. It's something I always felt like I should try, but even then when I did try it, it didn't like grab me to say, I need to really play through all of this, like some games like that. Yeah. It just didn't have that appeal.
Yeah. But it's a good one. Like, it feels like a good, it's like a classic indie title. So I'm glad that I've seen it start to finish now and experienced it. But good, not great. Which I suspect, Alex, is probably what you would say about, is this seat taken as well? because you played that.
That's exactly what I would say about Is This Seat Taken bit. We obviously spoke about Is This Seat Taken when the demo was out for Steam Next Fest quite a few months ago now. Maybe not that many, but it was a few months. And it's a lovely little game. It's well written, it's well designed, and basically the premise of this game is you're put in these different situations or puzzles, and you have all these little like circular characters who are chatting away with each other, and there is a bit of a storyline all the way through it, and these people doing such and such and going places and going in aeroplanes and going in trains and going in limos. And the main task of the game is to place all these characters within the limo or the aeroplane or the sports stadium or I said cinema, didn't I? But basically things like that, the cars, the buses. But they all have specific requirements of how you place them. So one will say, I must have a window seat, and one will say, I listen to music loudly, and one will say, I don't like hearing other people's music. And then there'll be ones that will like to talk and ones that don't like bad smells because someone's not had a shower. And it's all about then just placing all these people in the right places. And it's very well done. And I think for the first, maybe there's 5 countries. It's basically you going through these countries is how the levels are made up or worlds are made up. And I think it was probably a country too long for me.
Yeah.
I think if it had stopped at 4, I think that would have been a better length. I think we had to do it all again because it does add bits on it, and it gets like, to some of the levels, like when you're at one of the sports games, it's like, I like to stand or I like to sit, and you can flip the seats up and down so that they can stand or sit, and then it then means like if someone's behind someone that's standing, they can't see, and adds another little bit of a mechanic into it. And it does the same with like some people have food and some people want to steal their food. So there is a wee bit more that it adds on as you go, but it still felt to me like by the end I'm just like, this is just a wee bit too long. Which is maybe about 4 or 5 hours. I think
I think
complete.
it took
maybe
me about
an hour,
5.
an hour a world.
Yeah, but it's I do get what you mean. It did get to a point where I'm like, okay, you are recycling a bit of this now, and it does feel a little bit too samey. I always think, games that can throw in a new mechanic and then kind of either ditch it or expand on it a little bit. I do feel like there was just a bit too much, which is a nice problem to have, I guess. But for a game of this scale and this simplicity and cleanliness of presentation and everything, like I can't fault any of that stuff. It's just by the end of it, I was a bit like, I've seen everything you've got to offer now, because I think you do the bonus level that you earn from finishing all of the other levels in a world. Those always felt like a really nice twist, like. They always introduce something interesting, but it didn't reach that crescendo by the end of it. It was almost like they were the highlights rather than the ending being the highlight. But still, again, like I said about Shovel Knight, really good, but just not quite everything it could have been, I think.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I'm not saying that's a shame. I think it's still a game that I really enjoyed, and it probably got from it what I expected to get from it, but I just would have liked it to have just been a wee bit better. But if you like a little cosy puzzle game, just be better.
Just be better.
But it's definitely for those little cosy puzzle game fans. You're going to enjoy this. It's nice and cosy.
I've been playing something that is the opposite of cosy. It's all kinds of messed up, actually. Kill the Brickman. This was the one from Ponkel. So they developed Vampire Survivors. They are publishing this, and they shadow dropped it immediately after the Silksong release date announcement, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah, it was part of one of the Xbox Gamescom streams that it was on.
And it's so weird. We've spoken a lot about the balatrofication of like roguelikes. I think, and a lot of my issue with them is, games can get those mechanics down, but the look of Balatro lent a lot to the appeal, I think. And I think this one nails that because it is just odd. It's got a really warped art style. So it's basically a brick breaker. There's a gun at the bottom of the screen, but all the bricks are men or faces, or some of the blocks make up like a bigger person. So you might get 2 blocks for eyes, and then a block for a nose, and then a few blocks for their mouth, and like that's how they do the bosses kind of thing. And then other bricks do other things like, some of them are indestructible, some of them will be a trap. And the roguelite element is at the end of every round, once you've cleared the required amount of brickmen, like basically smash them up, then you visit a shop and you can get new kind of bullets that do different things. So some of them might bounce more often or just have basically other power-ups and stuff. And you can get new kind of like chambers for your gun as well that have a certain amount of bullets in or a bonus. So if you put 3 red bullets in this one, you'll get an extra buff of some sort. So it's got all that like lovely rogue-likey fucking the game up kind of thing, which I love so much. I think that coupled with the presentation and the simple gameplay of the sort of that brick breaker style, which I guess is similar to Ball Pit, which is coming out quite soon, right? So I guess maybe they wanted to get this out before that, because I think that's got quite a bit of hype around it. But yeah, I just think this is it's just funny. It's just weird and totally uncozy, and it's quite welcome to have stuff like that as well. But yeah, big recommend. I've finished one run. I think there might be like 5 levels that you can do. And there seems to be a couple of other modes and stuff, but yeah, when you have a good run on it and you're just getting powers and you can just basically aim your gun anywhere and it's just going to destroy absolutely everything. It's like, it's cool. I think
it looks like a cool game for cool gamers.
100% that. Yes, that I can confidently say. Very cool. Good. I've got a few other little roguelikes and things, but I think I'll probably save them for next week because conscious of time. I'm conscious that Lewis might have something up his sleeve right now.
Oh, another cool game.
The coolest.
Yeah, well...
For the coolest gamers.
For the coolest gamers yet. Let's have a little game of Guess the Outro. Conundrum.
Yes.
You know what to do. I'll give you some clues. You have to guess a game within 10 clues, and at the end I'll give you a conundrum. Much like last week, it is the developer.
Okay.
I like this twist.
Good. I'm glad.
Are we starting with the clue?
I'll let you decide. What do you want?
I think it's...
Give us a clue.
Yeah, it's good to give us a bit of direction.
It's good, isn't it? The game is ranked as overwhelmingly positive on Steam.
Oh, that's a great clue.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, aye, that could be like one of like 3.2 billion games.
I wonder if I'd have given that clue, what Lewis's response would have been.
It would not have been positive.
Which would be
it's funny how we'll see it.
Response. Okay. Is it an indie?
Where do I start, Ben? Yeah.
Yes.
Wicked. Overwhelmingly positive.
Define indie for me.
Basically, any game that Ben wants to class as an indie on that day is an indie.
That's the rule. Yeah. And the whole industry should stick to that.
Yeah. Was it released in the last 3 years?
Ooh, in the last 3 years?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I don't know why I said 3. It just became 3 in my... So, older than 3 years.
Okay. 3+ years old. Okay, so it released 22. Is it multi-platform?
That is a great question.
Multi-console. Because I appreciate you've already told us it's on Steam.
me just consult my extensive notes. What was the question?
Is it multi-console?
Yes.
Multi-console. Okay. Okay.
Question 4.
Try and nail down Jordan, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Go for it.
What do you think? Metroidvania or a roguelite
Yeah, that's a good one. Metroidvania, roguelike, or
survivor-like?
yeah.
Because we always forget about that one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right, let's do Metroidvania, roguelike, survivor-like, or deck builder.
Yes.
Right, which one?
So what did we say? Metroid, survivor, rogue, or deck.
What was that question for?
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Does it feature turn-based? Is it turn-based?
Oh, that is a good question. Let me just consult my notes again.
Stroke Wikipedia.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, is it or isn't it?
That takes it more to deck builder then, doesn't
What
it?
did you say? With there?
Is it turn-based?
Is it?
I think so.
Okay, we'll trust you on that. Turn-based, question mark.
Like some like Slay the Spire or something.
Yeah, but that's obviously, unless he's being a gobshite and he's like, oh, I don't know. He's playing cards turn-based.
Oh, should we get a clue now anyway?
Let's get a
shouldn't
clue.
You get a clue. The Clue, the game's sequel, was released this year.
we? Could be like Monster Train.
Yep. Could be.
Slay the Spire 2 isn't out yet, is it?
No.
Not even in early access.
Nope. There's no, I mean, it could be Silksong. But surely he wouldn't do that. But no, he thinks
It's not turn-based?
No, but yeah. Okay, so it's not a Survivors-like. It's not a Metroidvania.
There's no sequels to Survivors Likes.
No. It could be... Deck Builder's the most likely, but it could be like a rogue-like
Yeah.
as well. Like a rogue-like tactics.
Hades 2 came out last year's, but again, that's not...
Yeah, but it's yeah. So Monster Train 2 is the obvious... Or Monster Train is the obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
But that seems too obvious. Do you handle cards in this game?
You handle cards in this game. I think.
He's just winded us up there.
Okay. So Slay the Spire 2 is not out.
No. I mean, there's not really... Are there many deck builders that have had sequels?
No.
I can think of a few.
Does the game title include a vehicle?
All right. Okay. Does the game
I think it
title
might be Monster Train, Ben.
include a brand of energy drink?
Yep.
Okay. Take it away, Alex.
Is it Roost Train? No, is it Monster Train?
It is Monster Train. Well done. You guys are good at this.
That was good. That was good.
again, very disappointed. You get in. That's a few of these. You get in too quickly. And I thought once, I was like, I've never played Monster Train. These guys are just thinking I'm picking games that I've played before.
Yeah. Oh, well done. I think that, sometimes we just get lucky with the questions, don't we? I think the fact that...
Yeah. I think the sequel one was...
Yeah, that was a very good clue.
Yeah.
Too good. But thank you nonetheless.
Yep.
What would the conundrum have been?
Honey Hiss.
I mean, I don't know who the... Oh, is it not
Honey
like...
Hiss?
Honey Hiss is the conundrum. Yep.
Honey?
You're trying to get honey, yeah.
Hiss?
Hiss. Yeah, you
What, is a conundrum
hear me
of
correctly?
Monster Train?
No,
of
it's
the
the
developer.
I was so confused then. There's no M in that. What are you talking about? Right. And who's the developer?
Shiny Shoe.
Jesus. Yeah. That would have been no help.
So did you
whatsoever.
work for the developer or work backwards?
Maybe you did. Maybe that's very wrong. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have got it from that at all. I didn't. I've played both Monster Train games and I couldn't tell you who the developer was. Shame on me.
No.
The shame. Cool.
Well, I'm disappointed that I don't think Deck Builder has come up in any of these when you've asked.
And Ben said it.
Ben bloody
I
said
think
it
because we
on
shot
one
ourselves
time
in the
there's a
foot
Deck
that
Builder.
time, it was Vampire Survivors though.
Yeah.
The what?
The time it was Vampire Survivors, we shot ourselves for never saying Survivors like. And I think then when I said Survivors like, Ben's like, Deck Builder. He went to Tactics Town.
Yeah.
And
Always. That is now officially the longest win streak we've ever had.
whoop.
Of Guess the Outro.
Well done.
So, good work.
Well done. Well, is it good work or, Alex and I, we had to come up with basically all the clues ourselves. I also gave you the names of the games. Never before has there been a extended period of time with excellent clues when someone tells you the name of the game and or the developer has been gracious enough to flood you with more clues than what's needed, has also given YouTube comments all under the new regime post episode 50.
Oh, wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah. That's 10,
Absolutely furious.
10 times in a row now. One.
Well done, guys.
Love it. I like
Well done, guys. Well done, me. We're giving
There you
such
go.
excellent clues.
patting his backbone there. Lovely.
All right. Well, let's have a listen to Daedalus, the Professor by Jordan Chin from Monster Train.